My name's Lary Graf. I'm a pilot for Evergreen Flying Service. It's located in Rayville, Louisiana. I fly for a row crop service. The operation kind of consists of about every crop that you can grow in Louisiana. In an average year down there, we spray about 200,000 acres. We're real close to the end of our season right now, and this will be the end of the 5th season that I've run these booms. About 5 years ago, I went to the convention in Reno, and I met Capstan. They, at the time, were wanting to beta test a new system and were asking for volunteers for that system. So they ended up deciding to use us and another outfit for their beta testing. So that's how I got started with the SwathPRO. With our old system, I would get out of the airplane nearly every load and mess with my nozzles a little bit, just for swath widths, for changing wind conditions, for temperature, humidity. I was constantly messing, trying to get the perfect setup for the airplane and the job I was doing at that time. This system allows me to do all that right from the cockpit and never get out of the airplane. The biggest term in my vocabulary is droplet spectrum control. And that's what I was looking to do, and that is exactly what this system does for me, is I can control that droplet size that I want for each individual job. Weather became less of a factor for me. Before, like I said, I'd have to change nozzles, swath widths. If the wind got up on me, I'd have to change everything, how I had my sat lock set up for running the field. I'd have to move to a different side of the field. With these booms, after running them a little while and realizing by controlling that droplet spectrum, I could get closer, I didn't have to worry about drift as much. It made the airplane so much more productive and my life so much easier for planning. And again, that's all from just a little bit of thinking about it in the morning before I get in the airplane, or just sitting in the airplane itself and do it all from right in the cockpit. ProMaker is basically just your planning part of the system. It's how you plan it before you get in the airplane. I probably do more planning ahead now, but it saves me once I get in the cockpit. I can kind of plan what jobs I have for the day and make them full loads. Even if one job requires half a load and then another job requires another, I can tie a lot of that together now. Another small benefit to these booms that's definitely worth mentioning is tips. We've gone from using $100 a tips to using pressure washer tips that are $2 and creating a better droplet spectrum with those cheaper tips. It's a small benefit, but in the grand scheme of things, it's definitely something worth mentioning. Another benefit is my ground crew messing with tips and stuff, and when I get out and say, hey, help me swap all these over, now we don't have to do that. We don't have to touch it with our bare hands, go find gloves to mess with the tips. It's all in the boom already. All I have to do is change the screen and I can control how much a tip puts out or if it sprays at all. I've heard a lot of people talk about lots of moving parts, lots of wires. The last 2 years we've put 350,000 acres on it. I've had 0 issues. The only time the booms came off the airplane is to put a spreader on. They've solved all my problems without creating new ones for me. I'm a huge advocate of these booms. They have made my life easier and they have made this airplane way more productive. Just from being able to plan on the run, not having to change things once I have a full load or bring a load back to the airport. I never bring a full load back to the airport anymore. I don't have to find places to put it. I mean, I can put it out when I'm there. With this economy we're in, fuel prices are skyrocketing, our insurance prices are skyrocketing. That's bringing our per hour operation for the airplane just through the roof. Every hour that prop is turning, if you're not productive, it's killing your bottom line. These will more than pay for themselves with just the price of the airplanes. Leave with that airplane loaded. Saves you money every time.